It's May 1940. Panzer tracks tear through Belgium's forests. The 7th Panzer Division, led by Erwin Rommel, surges like a steel avalanche. A force even Hitler can't fully chain. They're relentless. 218 tanks, sleek Panzer IIs, hulking Panzer IVs, carve over 200 miles in 10 days. Tens of thousands of Allied troops lie dead, wounded, or captured in their wake. Towns smolder from the Ardennes to the Channel coast. Roads choked with wrecked vehicles and fleeing refugees. Rommel's Blitzkrieg, a lightning war of speed and shock, drives Germany's conquest. France falls in 6 weeks, shattered faster than anyone dreamed, but their pace rattles Berlin. They outrun orders, stretch supplies to the breaking point, a rogue spearhead teetering on chaos. Rommel leads from the front, dust coating his goggles, while generals in Berlin scramble, wary of a ghost division rewriting war with a ferocity they didn't plan. This isn't just Blitzkrieg, it's a storm, ready to engulf everything. Welcome to Through the Ages, where we uncover history's raw truth. Before we dive into this steel tempest, hit subscribe and ring that bell to join thousands exploring history like never before. May 10th, 1940. The Wehrmacht storms Belgium. Rommel's 7th Panzer Division, 218 tanks, 10,000 men, slices through the Ardennes' thick forests like a blade through roots. They're part of a larger corps, dodging France's Maginot Line, aiming for the Meuse River. By May 12th, they hit Dinant, 60 miles from their start. Shattered vehicles set the town ablaze. Thousands of Belgian troops fall or scatter, their defenses crumbling under the Blitzkrieg's hammer. High Command urges caution at the Meuse, but Rommel charges across on May 13th. Tanks rumbling over pontoon bridges, artillery roaring. He later wrote, "The Meuse crossing was our moment. Our speed stunned them. A panzer crewman might have jotted down, engines scream, shells burst, roads choke with wreckage. We're shadows in the chaos. The Luftwaffe can't keep up. Stukas bomb empty fields miles behind, radios silent. Hundreds of French soldiers surrender, tossing rifles into the mud. General Hermann Hoth, their corps commander, fumes in a smoky tent. Rommel's out of control, a phantom racing ahead." Hitler craves their speed. Belgium staggers, with 6,000 dead by month's end. But the pace strains the Wehrmacht. Supply trucks bog down in the Ardennes twists. Fuel runs low. General Erich Hübner cables Berlin. Rommel's a whirlwind. We're struggling to follow. Maps go stale. Orders fall on deaf ears. The Ghost Division carves its own path. This division, tanks, motorized infantry, engineers, is Blitzkrieg's heart. Fast, coordinated, ruthless. Unlike the trench wars of 1914, Rommel's men strike like lightning, bypassing forts to sow panic. But the cost mounts. Tanks break down, fuel dwindles. French civilians flee burning homes, caught in the Luftwaffe's misplaced bombs. A Belgian farmer might have whispered, "They came like thunder, our village gone in hours." May 15th, 1940. The 7th Panzer pushes toward the Somme, covering 100 miles by May 18th. They clash near Cambrai, skies thick with oil and smoke. 200 tanks, battered by breakdowns, face fierce resistance. Tens of thousands of French and British troops fall, retreat, or surrender. Nearby, the Battle of Dinant, May 12th to 14th, leaves 100 Allied tanks burning, mostly wrecked by other German units, though Rommel's men guard the flank. On May 21st, a British counterattack at Arras with 74 Matilda tanks shakes the advance. Their thick armor shrugs off shells. until Rommel's 88mm guns fire back. He later wrote, "It was critical. We turned the tide with anti-aircraft guns. A German gunner might have said, 'Matildas loomed like iron beasts. Our shells sparked, then shattered them.' Orders scream halt. Rommel surges on, covering over 200 miles since May 10th. Thousands of prisoners clog roads, hands raised in defeat. General Heinz Guderian, leading nearby, grumbles, 'Rommel's reckless. Our lines are stretched. No reserves left.' Hitler hesitates. France reels. 90,000 Allied dead by June's end. Luftwaffe bombs miss, hitting empty villages. A British private, John Smith, recalled, 'Tanks swarmed. My platoon vanished. Dozens gone in minutes.' Rommel shrugs off Berlin's chatter. French resistance fades. It's a force they can barely harness. By May 17th, Rommel noted, 'We smashed strong enemy forces near Le Cateau. They fled in wild disorder. But the strain grows. Panzer II's stall, supply convoys falter. Civilians suffer, up to 50,000 French dead in the campaign. Towns reduced to rubble.' May 20th, 1940. The 7th Panzer hits the Channel at Abbeville, over 200 miles in 10 days, encircling 400,000 Allied troops near Dunkirk. Their speed tightens the noose, but exhaustion creeps in. Calais falls by May 26th. Hundreds of British and French lie dead or captured, streets scarred by shells. Rommel's men, bone-tired, slump in barns, sharing looted bread. A sergeant might have written, 'We reached the coast. Blood and steel. The sea's a graveyard.' On May 24th, Hitler orders a halt. Wary of swamps and trusting the Luftwaffe to finish the job, supply lines stretch 200 miles. Fuel trucks stalled. General Gerd von Rundstedt snaps, 'Rommel's pace risks everything. Supplies can't follow.' Rommel presses on, capturing thousands more prisoners by May 28th, crews relentless despite fatigue. John Smith, escaping Dunkirk, said, 'We were surrounded, tanks closing in. It was a miracle we reached the beaches.' Over 338,000 Allies escape by June 4th, boats crowding the Channel like a desperate swarm, a bitter blow to Germany. French civilian Marie Dupont later shared, 'The Germans came so fast. One day in Belgium, the next at our doorstep. We fled with nothing. Families displaced. Villages burned. Hope shrinks.' June 5th, 1940. The 7th Panzer races south to Normandy, not Paris, with 180 tanks, covering 150 miles by June 19th to seize Cherbourg. Rouen falls, thousands of French dead under Luftwaffe bombs. Homes turn to ash. Rommel's men run on fumes. Dozens of tanks stall, crews cursing mud and broken axles. A captain might have said, 'Barricades splinter. Their blood stains our tracks.' Rommel hits the Seine by June 10th, thousands of prisoners surrendering. Paris, an open city, falls to other Germans on June 14th. 1 million civilians flee north, roads choked with carts. Hoth rages, 'Rommel's exposed our flanks! No infantry to hold!' Hitler balks. France collapses. 90,000 Allied dead, 50,000 German. A French officer recalled, 'Tanks came like locusts. My company, gone. I surrendered, broken.' Rommel averages 30 miles a day. Luftwaffe trailing, bombs missing the mark. June 15th, 1940. France signs the armistice on June 22nd. The 7th Panzer's scars endure. From 218 tanks, only 150 remain. Dozens lost to breakdowns, fuel drums empty. Rommel wrote, 'We broke them. Unstoppable. Their lines shattered. Thousands of German troops trail behind. Supply lines stretched 200 miles, trucks stuck in Normandy's mud. General Franz Halder snarls, "Rommel's chaos bleeds our reserves." Hitler pulls the division back on June 20th, fearing their pace unravels the Blitzkrieg. The campaign's toll, 90,000 Allied dead, 50,000 German, millions displaced, marks a brutal victory. General Erich von Manstein later warned, "Speed like this risks ruin without supply." Guderian fumed, "Rommel won France, but tore gaps we can't fill." Rommel's tactics shape modern warfare, but the cost lingers. Towns razed, civilians lost, a victory shadowed by chaos. This is the crucible. Tanks roar through Belgium's bloodied roads. Hanet's wrecks burn, Calais falls, Cherbourg kneels. Rommel's 7th Panzer, from Ardennes to Normandy, leaves tens of thousands dead or captured. A ghost division. Hitler can't chain. Victory comes, but at a cost. A chaotic triumph that frays the Blitzkrieg's edge and scars a continent. What haunts you? Belgium's shattered lines? Dunkirk's desperate escape? The civilians lost in the chaos? Drop it in the comments. For more raw history, hit subscribe now. Stay tuned for our next video.